fact that the growth for cellular or for wireless is the cost of upgrading the equipment is happening. The needs for the bandwidth is exceeding the ability to keep up with technology. But one of the things that I often wonder about, especially in the areas that they're charging bandwidth, if some of our users aren't our worst enemies, because I'd love to have my house at 80 degrees, but I keep it at 70 or 69. Do I really need to be streaming videos to every person on my website every time I see something? I mean, so what do? We send that video out, and I don't just send it to you. I send it to everybody in my address book. I'm not referring to me, but there's a lot of the youth and a lot of the others. You just wonder, would we be in this position, would we have these data caps on some of these rural, I mean, we want to provide, from a customer, in our dense markets, that's one of our best selling features, is that it's all you can eat, right? But we're really not talking about that. We're talking about rural America. And should there be some type of limitations so that XYZ business doesn't have to pay for the data cap because everybody in this room's kids are filling they're spending all the data caps or spending all the bandwidth, increasing. They're making it so that XYZ wireless company can't upgrade their infrastructure because the cost of infrastructure is so high, and the need keeps changing so fast that they can't keep up. But yet, so everybody else out there suffers because of that ability. Now, like I said, I'm not speaking for Mid-Continent, but I am speaking for rural America and thinking maybe there's some type of benefit that could be applied there so that you don't have all this abuse.
I'll give a real-life example of exactly what Steve's talking about. We did a trial, and I used to have the Mound area as well. If anybody knows where Mound, Minnesota is, fairly rural, close. You're right on Lake Minnetonka, lots of money. So we went through the Mound area. There are not a whole lot of real high-end users in Mound. I had about 2,000 customers, 2,500 customers. So we went to and sent an email to our base, said, if you use up to 5 gig, that's what our average user uses 2 gig. That's, at the time, 4 years ago, that's what our average user used, 2 gig a month. We're going to put a cap on at 5. Now, at 5 gig, there's no penalty. At 100 gig, which is 20 times that, we're going to ask you to pay an extra $10 a month. We were chewed up and spit out like you can't believe. We were trashed on Facebook. We were trashed everywhere that you can imagine. We put caps on our utilization, and we were thrown under the bus. It was horrible. We had to put our media account people on it, trying to do damage control. And because we don't learn real well, we tried it a second year in a row. We learned after that. We didn't. But putting a usage cap on right now, because internet is for most, with the exception of satellite, I believe, it's pretty much for most companies, it's all you can eat. People want all you can eat. It doesn't matter what the cap is, even if it's an exorbitantly high cap that you'll never use, there's a cap there. People see that, they understand that. They don't want there to be a cap. I mean, so it's a public perception is the issue. And,
doesn't that kind of play what Tom was saying, though, then? If there were a cap.
Measured service?
Yeah, measured service. Because that's exactly what you said was what he was saying. If there were...
Well, it's kind of like we don't build the water service so everybody can flush their toilets at the same time. Exactly. I mean, it just doesn't work that way.